Hi and welcome to today's daily reading for the 9th of August. And you can tell I've just been out for a very hot walk in the sunshine. I'm a bit puce. Today's daily reading is from Wrinkles Don't Hurt, Daily Meditations on the Joy of Aging Mindfully by Ruth Fishel, who also is the author of Time for Joy. Illustrations are by Vonnie van de Kamp, and you know that these lovely little things are all through the book. So anyway, Ruth has her own website and you can check her out. So today's reading starts with a quote from James Hollis, PhD. You are invited to live more consciously, to get off autopilot and cruise control, to try new things, to find out who you really are in this moment and time. And then Ruth goes on to say, I have a good friend in her 60s who has just moved to Colorado for a new job because she feels called to work in a hospice. Two other good friends, also in their late 60s, spent 2 years in Thailand for the Peace Corps because they too felt called on to serve in this way. Sometimes the call comes from a pull, inspiring us to move. Other times, an opportunity appears. We know it is what we are supposed to do. What if you hear or feel it? Be patient. Be quiet. Ask your inner guide. Pray to the God of your understanding for your answer. If you are willing and sincere, it will come. You don't have to move to Colorado or Thailand. Just as important, you might see if a neighbour needs a ride to the store or to the dentist. Perhaps it's offering to donate blood. It feels good. It feels so good to spend some of my time helping others. I find great joy in this service. And there is a lovely little illustration there. That page. Helping. That's being of service, helping your neighbour. Yeah, okay then. So, autopilot. I know a lot about autopilot. And, that's when we're just doing things without even thinking about it. Sometimes that can be as significant as driving. You get to your destination and you realize you have no idea how you got there. You're parking the car and you think, whoa, the last time I paid attention was when I left my driveway. So, autopilot is a really strong thing for us, but we can end up living our lives in autopilot, and it's not the best, when we're not paying attention. So it is much better to come off cruise control or autopilot and pay attention, to see what is around us. Being called to be of service. I know I hear people talk about this calling, and I guess I'm kind of waiting for it, or thinking it might happen. And I am still, and I am trying to be patient, and I am quiet, and I do ask the God of my understanding for some help with it. And divine timing is not the same as my timing. So I use lots of the Bach flower remedy, impatience, to try to have that patience, to wait and see what it is that I am supposed to do in the way of service. I know that I've been of service my whole life. I was, a nurse for 26 years, so I was in service there. I was a cub leader, a brownie leader, so I was of service there. I was a big member of my church back in Edinburgh when I was younger. I was of service there. I was of service in my kids' schools and the, Parent-Teacher Association and the fundraising. So I was of service there. Now I'm of service, through my Bach flowers, my Reiki, my mindfulness, and doing these readings. I was very much called to do these readings every day, to keep them short, to make them 5 minutes, but to make sure that there was 365 of them left in YouTube by the end of the year. So I know I have some gaps to fill, but I have that commitment because I was called to do it. I was also called to go back to church at the beginning of last year, but not in a physical sense, but in an online sense where I attend church every Sunday morning when I can, most Sunday mornings, because I get up early and the service is at 6 a.m. Canadian time. because it's 11 a.m. in Edinburgh. So, there are these things that we're drawn to do. I don't even set my alarm on a Sunday morning. I wake up. I wake up usually around 5:40, 5:45, and then think, okay, yeah, I have to be in church. So it's interesting. I think we have to be quiet. We have to listen. We have to trust and have faith that everything will happen. And our calling can be as simple as just looking in on your neighbour and making sure that they're okay, and that is being of service. So anyway, my 5 minutes are up. Namaste. Love to you all. Bye now. Bye.